And welcome back to the Hot Lap and Formula One news now, as Lewis Hamilton has received a 3-race warning, at least from Martin Brundle, in respect of he needs to get things together. Does he have a point? Is he being too harsh? Should it be 1 race? So here we go. Lewis Hamilton issued 3-race warning. That's quite hard for me to say. It sounded like Jonathan Ross. 3-race warning as Brundle declares no excuses. And to be fair, I think Hamilton probably expects that from himself too. So Hamilton, it says here, this is the article from planetf1.com, but it's been everywhere. It's also on, what is it here? Yeah, Formula One News.co.uk, etc. But Hamilton will receive a maximum of 3 races to get up to speed at Ferrari at the start of the 2025 season. At least that's the claim from Formula One's Martin Brundle, who believes the 7-time world champion has already shown that he is worth a reported 57 million. 57, that's like a lottery winning, isn't it? 57 million salary at Ferrari. So Hamilton, there's rumours that he could be at risk of early team orders. I mean, whoa. So what are we talking about? A report from Italy on Saturday claimed that Ferrari are prepared to impose team orders on Hamilton as well, to be fair, on teammate Charles Leclerc at quite an early stage of the 2025 season, and that's in order to give the team the best possible chance of winning that world championship. And it will be their first world championship of any kind since 2008 when they won the Constructors. Controversially so, though, if you remember, McLaren probably should have won that, but then they supposedly had a Ferrari car. Moving on from the 2008 controversy. But it all comes amid expectations that the 25 campaign, the final year of these current rules, could be the most competitive in some time. You got Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull, and obviously, don't forget McLaren. They've all won multiple races last year. It's going to be exciting this year. But Hamilton and Leclerc are expected to be treated as equals from the start of the season, kind of like you would, just as McLaren would. For example, I expect treat Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri as equal, as Mercedes probably will with Kimi Antonelli and George Russell. Red Bull? Yeah. But anyway, it is said that the first few races could be decisive in establishing Ferrari's, at least, hierarchy order within the team if one driver makes a particularly strong start. So Fred Vassar, the team principal, revealed shortly after his appointment in December 22 that he will not hesitate to make tough decisions such as team orders if the circumstances called for it. Now, the rumours have increased this pressure on Lewis. He's conceded, if you remember Qatar, he's just not fast anymore toward the end of last season, and he was soundly beaten by George Russell in qualifying. Having said that, let's be fair, to play devil's advocate, he probably was faster than George Russell over the course of the season in the races. But if you qualify so far back, you're not necessarily going to make it up. So here's where Martin Brundle comes in. Brundle believes Hamilton making just the second team switch of his Formula One career, McLaren to Mercedes to Ferrari, must be fully up to speed by the time we have that third race in Suzuka. Hamilton is good at Suzuka. It's a driver's track. Now, asked if Hamilton needs to start quickly at Ferrari, Brundle told Sky Sports News he's got to do that. He's got to use his experience. There are no excuses at this level for anybody, even the rookies, but you might give the rookies half a season to get their act together maximum. He said they will expect somebody like Lewis to have aced the people around him and the car within 2 or 3 races, to be honest. Never underestimate Lewis Hamilton. If you remember Lewis Hamilton, when he started at McLaren, he made an amazing move and nearly beat Fernando Alonso to second at the Australian Grand Prix. Yes, he finished third, but ultimately he did beat him in the championship, even on points, but on countback, which is fairly significant. Which kind of, so to that point, I completely understand what Martin Brundle was going on about. But as we know, Hamilton was treated with a very warm reception on his first official visit to Ferrari, and Italy loves him. Whether they'll love him after 3 disastrous races, if he were to have them, is another thing coming. But the 40-year-old's preparation for the new season suffered a setback where he did a whoopsie-daisy in a private test in Barcelona. And now here is the bit of the clickbait. It raised few further doubts over Ferrari's decision to sign Hamilton, with Eddie Jordan claiming last year President John Elkann must have rocks in his head. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. When he replaced Carlos Sainz, I think most people would choose Hamilton over Carlos Sainz anyway, as good as Carlos Sainz is. He's not Charles Leclerc. He's not Lewis Hamilton. He's not Fernando Alonso. He's shown that. Could he be? Well, he could be a slow starter. If you remember, Mika Hakkinen took a while to get himself together, but when he did, whoa, was he fast. So, Hamilton is reportedly set to earn $57 million during his first season at Ferrari, having signed what we believe to be a multi-year deal. And Brundle believes Hamilton has already demonstrated to Ferrari that he's worth every penny. Unquestionably, he said. Two of the biggest names in the 75-year history of Formula One. Some would maybe say the biggest two names are Ferrari and Hamilton are getting together. Lewis, dressed all in red, the scarlet of the prancing horse, he says, an extraordinary story, the gift that will keep on giving for us. But I think he will succeed. He had all that time at McLaren, then Mercedes. This is only his third team in Formula One, and he'll want to go there and show that, I would almost say in spite, rather than despite of turning 40, he's not over the hill like some people were saying last year, and he wants to show he's made the right decision again. I mean, I think a slightly off-kilter Lewis Hamilton is still better than most people on the grid, except maybe the top notches. So, but anyway, he said, I think he'll go there full of energy, a bit of a challenge though, because he's in a different language, has to understand where all the green buttons are in the team. Correct. He's left Bono behind, his famous race engine, and the comfort zone of Mercedes, so it won't be easy. And that's why I think he's parachuted back in Angela Cullen and his manager, Mark Hines, to get a team around him. And I think that's quite interesting. He is out of his comfort zone, but then a lot of people are suggesting, is this going to be, will this then be a Control-Alt-Delete type refresh for Lewis Hamilton? So Leclerc is incredibly fast, but I have no doubt that if Ferrari have a race-winning car or a championship-winning car, then Lewis can win races and even the championship. I do here. I second that. It's going to be very exciting. Stay tuned. Formula One, Lewis Hamilton. Will he do it? Comment below, let us know. But just by you clicking it and making it to the end is absolutely more than enough for us. Hit that subscribe button if you don't want to miss a video. So Hamilton, he's got 3 races to get good apparently. I think that's a fair assessment. Anyway, stay safe. Thank you very much for watching and speak to you soon. And I've done it again. I've pressed the wrong thing. Okay. Here we go. See you later.